Hello, my lovelies. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. It is Sunday. Oh, and this is my girl cat. This is Ami. She was napping until I started fidgeting to get ready. As I'm getting everything ready, she's good. But yeah, so she's a little mad at me. I was gone last weekend for retreat, and then I was gone this weekend to my mom's, and I didn't take her with me. So she kind of has a fit sometimes. Oh yeah, she's getting down. Oh good. I put this little blanket over here so that when I'm working from home, I usually work from home on Thursday and Friday, and if I put the blanket up there, then she'll get down there and lay down instead of trying to walk across my computer the whole time. So we'll see. So she did make an appearance. She may start talking to me because, like I said, I'm in trouble because I left her alone, and how dare I? So it is what it is. A bad cat mom. How dare I? Anyway, so this is FlossTube number 3. Thank you so much for coming back, for all of those that have come back. And if you're brand new, thank you for deciding to spend your time with me. So if you want to, which, would make me absolutely ecstatic, click the little like button, the subscribe, all the kind of good things. And it makes me feel good. Just kind of a little validation. We all need it a little bit. But, as doing this, I always get excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody likes me that wants to subscribe and watch what I have to say, because this is what I do. This is something I'm passionate about. I love cross stitch. I love crafting, all those kind of things. So this is where we're at. And I'm going to try to keep from having a whole lot of glare on my glasses. I've got my, this is all a sliding glass door. This is actually technically my dining room, but it's just me. I don't need a dining room table. So I've turned this into my craft area. This is my desk here, and of course my craft area there, and I've got my sewing machine over there, whole shebang. So, but I opened it to get some good light, and wow, it is really bright. So maybe I may have to start doing it this time of day because the light is fabulous. So let's get started, because otherwise I will ramble on, because that's what I do. I did put up a Dirty Annie's Retreat recap. I put that up, I think, was it Sunday, Monday? I don't remember. This week has been crazy. This is the last week before month end for me. I'm work accounts payable. I'm a subject matter expert accounts payable in my company. So I stay really busy at this time of the month, and it gets a little crazy. So it's been nuts. And then my mom's birthday was on Friday, and I wanted to go over and spend some time with her. So I took half a day off on Friday and went to go hang out with my mom for the weekend. We really didn't do anything. We sat there, we watched a couple of shows. We sat there and visited, which was the most important thing. Just to get and spend time with my mom is fabulous. I'm very lucky that I still have my mom, and I have a good relationship with her. We do have kind of a shelf life sometimes on how long we can spend together, because we will start driving each other crazy. But that's just how it is. I mean, you do that with anybody. We both live alone, so being in a house with somebody else is always kind of difficult. Even though we are family, but we're very much alike in a lot of ways, which drives both of us crazy. So it is what it is. So I did, y'all. I am so proud of myself. So going over to mom's, I managed to get a good amount of stitching done. I just only brought one project with me, which I was very proud. I did bring, as I'm going to try to say it right, Strength and Dignity. I do keep on trying to call it Strength and Diggity. I don't know. It stuck, and I said it once, and now I can't seem to not say it. And so this is one of my bags from Tanya, Needle and Bone, my bestie. She is like the best bag maker on the planet. And so this is where I have gotten. I've got a good amount. Before I had only had, I think I had She Can, and I had the house, and I think I started getting like all the words down here in, and then I had some of the brown branches here. I only had like a little bit. I think I had like this portion and a little bit of this. So I worked on the rest of that, got the other words done. So now I've just got to fill in the flowers, and the flowers are super soft pink color. So we'll see. I'm kind of not liking that they're not standing out, but I'm going to put a couple more in and see if I'm still liking it. It's kind of dark at mom's house, so I didn't have really good light. I did put a picture up on Instagram, but it wasn't that great because she doesn't have the bright lights like I do. She kind of likes, like I do sometimes, kind of like a cave. Keep it cold and dark and cozy. So I did get some work done on her. If I keep on working on her the way I have been, I may actually get a finish on her. So we'll see what happens. Another one that I worked on, of course, it's another Tanya bag. I mean, the unicorns. It's bright and colorful and fabulous and wonderful. Just like Tanya. although she likes spooky stuff, so I can't say that she's bright and perky. She's my spooky girl, but it's awesome. So I love Barbara Ann. I have loved everything that she's done. Her people, when she does them, are a little weird, but that's one of the things I like. And I mean, it's like I did several of the Dreaming Girls. I have several more that I need to do, but I did the original Dreaming Girl, and then I did Dreaming Frida, and I think another one. I have them in my finished pile. Of course, they're not fully finished except for that one. But I need to take a break from them because that's all I was doing for a while, and I love the quirkiness of her patterns. So I've been working on this one. It is the Pearl from the Sea. So I'm not sure if I want to do her round or not. I've been debating about just taking these little wet swirlies and making them into a square. I haven't fully decided yet. We shall see. We shall see. So, let me get this out of the way. I actually have gotten a good amount. And okay, just so you know, most of my stuff is not going to be ironed because I work on it. And so here she is. And this is on Cote of Doves from Atomic Ranch. I actually had this fabric on another project. I can't think of which one off the top of my head. My brain is a little fried just from going and going and going this week. But I am using her called for colors, the DMC, and she's really awesome. I really like the colors and how they look on this gray blue color. So I'll keep on working on her, and I'm trying to, now that I don't have a whole lot of the prompts like we were doing with Stitch the Paralympics. I don't have a whole lot of those prompts now, or I don't really have any. And so I may have to, until I start getting back into some of the different stuff, have to maybe spin my wheel of some of my current whips to get some done. Now I am working with Kelly on, okay, I failed terribly. Kelly and I, who is Don't Run With Scissors on YouTube and His Princess Kelly on Instagram, doing Stitching with the Stars. So she did some prompts for Dancing with the Stars. I did not get started on it in a timely manner, and I feel now that I'm kind of behind, and I'm just having a hard time getting into it, so I may have to drop out. I'm sorry, Kelly, don't shoot me. She wouldn't. She loves me. She's like, do whatever you're going to do. But we are starting a new SAL, and it is on the Stitchingly page, and it's a mystery stitch along. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. You get to pick one of 3 characters, and basically based on your character, the clues that you get, trying to figure out who done it. There are a few of us that are in, we've just created a little Facebook chat group, and everybody's got just pick their own colors. And I think they said pick like 5 colors and some fabric. I have been completely stymied with this because I don't have any idea what the pattern is going to look like. I don't have any idea about it, and I'm having a hard time picking colors for something I don't know anything about. So the first drop, I believe, is on the 30th, which is Monday, tomorrow. So I'm going to take a look. When we get the first drop, I'm going to take a look and then make my decision. I have no idea. I mean, it's not like I have a problem with with floss or fabric, because I got plenty of both. I just have to make a decision, and I'm just not there yet, so I need to kind of sneak a peek at it and see. There is also an Edgar Allan Poe series, and I'll put the link of the name on it below. And it goes basically, and I'm already behind the 8 ball in this too. It's got a bunch of frames, and it's based on Edgar Allan Poe, which I love Edgar Allan Poe. He's always been one of my favorite. Annabelle Lee, I could just quote it forwards, backwards, right side up, upside down. It's one of my favorites. But a lot of his stuff, I just really enjoy it. Depressive men, yeah, that's apparently a thing for me. Anyway, but it's got all these little frames. So I guess the idea is they have all these frames that are set up, which I've got to get those stitched. And for each day of the month of October, so 31 patterns, you're going to have a different pattern to go in each one of those frames for the month. So I've got to get on the ball and start getting this figured out with what I'm going to do. I haven't even picked out my fabric. I think I'm probably going to go with like a dark blue or purple some kind of, I don't know, something kind of spooky. I really don't want to go to an orange. I'm not a big orange fan. But we'll see. It'll probably be green, blue, or purple because those are some of my favorite colors. But I'll put the information down below in the description because, you know, why would I be prepared? I came back from Mom's a couple hours ago. I took like a little power nap when the cat would stop talking to me long enough where I could, and then got up and decided, okay, yeah, we need to jump on this. So let me get to some more whips. I don't even remember what's in this one. Let's see. Oh, yes, I do. This is my Alice in Wonderland tree. So, and this is, of course, is in another Tanya bag. And of course, it's Alice in Wonderland because I found this fabric when we were shopping one day and I said, oh, I need a bag. I need a bag out of this. And she's like, sure, I got you. Got you. So, it is by Tiny Modernist. It is this wonderful, wonderful pattern. Now, it did kind of mess me up. So instead of red, which you'd think with the Queen of Hearts and things like that, it's actually kind of an orangey kind of color. It's like, 606, and I can't remember. Is it? I don't think it has 666. I think it has 347. What is this? We've got like 608, 606. Okay, so I'm working on it, and it is on a piece of Storm from Crosswing collection. It was one that I had gotten when I was with Rogue Stitching. So I haven't made it a good long way. I mean, I have done pretty good. I mean, there's still. Let's see. We have. So the Tweedles, we've got them that are here, and then we have another layer here, and then the bottom where it says, we're all mad here. So I'm making pretty good progress, and I have this awesome needle minder. Let me get her up here. She's a, holy cow. My brain and my hands are not working. So she is this awesome little clay guy that I got from my friend Nessa, Vanessa, but on Facebook, she's Nessa's Needle Minders. She is one person that I flat forgot to mention when I did the Annie's recap. She had her store there. She has amazing needle minders. Some very inappropriate ones. They're fabulous. I'm not going to show you any of those. I don't currently have any. I was on kind of a buying hiatus for the weekend because I was trying to behave. Very difficult to do. But my friend Wanda, who is amazing, she actually showed me this amazing idea to put your floss in. So this has got, let's see, how many, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 colors. So I have all 14 colors right here. This is a bobbin box, and I got, this is a 20, so this is a 25. So it's 5 by 5, and each bobbin will hold about half a skein of floss. So it's really kind of cool because not all of these do I need a full skein of floss. Some of them I did mark them on here where it had like the colors, and I highlighted the ones that were going to be more than a half a skein, so I knew that I would need the other half of, you know, the second bobbin with it. But it's really nice because they're all contained, and so I have all the colors I need. Now I am going to have to, I think it's with the Blanc, I'm going to need another skein more than likely because I'm doing this 2/2. So I'm probably going to need that. Yeah, this is a 32 count linen. So I'm probably going to need at least another half skein, but I haven't bobbinated it yet because I figured I'd wait. But the cool thing is because of my sewing machine, I just put these, I took this skein apart. So it was all, and I basically just folded it in half and snipped it. And then I put it on my sewing machine with my bobbin winder and wound it up. I tried doing a few of them by hand. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, Kim? You lost your freaking mind. And so then I went ahead and just put it on my sewing machine. And I was like, bzz, done, bzz, done. So it's a nice way to do this. So thank you, Wanda. It makes it life a lot easier. I mean, because that's all my floss right here. And I just go ahead and snip off my little bits. Now, as far as how I keep up with what skein is what, let me find one where you can see a little bit better. I just took, let me see if I can get this to show in. There it goes. I just wrote it with a marker. And so what I can do when I'm done with this, I'll just take an alcohol wipe and just wipe that off. And then I can put my next set of colors. And what I figure I'll probably do with whatever I have left of these, I'll just wind them on a bobbin, a regular bobbin, the plastic ones that I put, that's how I organize my floss. But this is a nice way to do it, and it keeps it all contained and small. I think going forward, if I'm going to be doing a larger project, I'll probably do the one that's like 36, so it's 6 by 6, because I'm these odd numbers kind of mess me up because it's like I have like a color here and then the overflow is here. And that bothers me. They need to be together. It's a thing. It's a thing. But it's a neat way to do it. And I think, let's see, 2 of the 25 count with the bobbins was, I think, $7 or $8 maybe through Amazon. So it's super inexpensive way to do it, and it keeps it all small and together. So it's a fabulous way to do it. So my next one, okay, y'all. I love this pattern, and I'm gonna pull. Actually, let me pull up the picture real quick because, of course, am I prepared? No, I'm not prepared, and I don't have the regular image of it. I don't know where the original pattern is because I've put it away, and I'm just working off of a digital pattern. But it is Carolyn Manning's Gingerbread Village. It is wonderful. I fell in love with this pattern. So I started this like 5 trillion years ago. Not really, but close enough. I started it quite some time ago. Let me pull up my little card. So I originally started this November of 2020. And I've worked on it off and on. It's been a little crazy. Oh, actually, I do have the pattern in here. I take that back. I made a copy. I'm not doing it on Pattern Keeper. I lied. Like a big no. I actually took it and did the laminated pages because I couldn't get it into the Pattern Keeper. I think that's what it was, because she didn't have it in a digital format. So I laminated them and put them on these rings so that I could go through here. You know, you don't really want to see this, but I've made notes as to what I'm doing, what I'm missing. I circle stuff that I need to do, that I'm missing. So it makes it a little bit easier with like wet erase marker. But yeah, it's an amazing pattern. I fell in love with it. It is in this really super cute Alice in Wonderland bag. It's from Como Stitches. I believe this was a gift, but it's super cute. And it's Alice in Wonderland. She's beautiful. So, and that one, I just have all my stuff. I get a lot of times these little boxes like this, and I make sure, put your notes as to what the floss is for, so that if they get separated from the bag, I had lost mine and didn't know what to do with it. So I had taken this project with me to a retreat last September. This is the one in which my transmission died on the way, and I was one of the people that was putting the retreat on, or do it. It was a whole thing. Got there, we did manage to get there. My car got towed off, and then the girls ended up managing to, they were slightly ahead of us. The 3 cars ahead, they took one of the vehicle stuff and split it between the other 2, and then they came back and got me and my passenger, Tanya. So we still made it to retreat, got there to do everything, and I taught basically a beginner's cross-stitch class. I had a lot of different stuff, and I can show you my kit of what I have with that later. So I was teaching them, and I wanted to bring this because it's an opalescent fabric. Okay, so here she is. And this is not this does not show up well. It does not show up well at all on here. It's more of a blue color, but it's opalescent, and it's fabulous. It is absolutely fabulous. I'm still debating. Okay, I do like the snowflakes. I'm still debating on the smoke that's up here. I'm not sure if I like that. This one, that's actually, yeah, that is a toile, but I've played with some different colors on here. But one thing to remember, and I wasn't paying attention, and I decided to leave it. So when you stitch this, you need to keep it upright. You need to keep it one direction. That's why I have this big arrow in the middle that says, go upwards. It lets me know which way is the top, because I wasn't thinking, and when I went to go stitch this guy here, I turned the pattern. And when you do that, your X's are going in a different direction. Didn't pay attention. So on the darker brown pieces, I left those stitches. The rest I hadn't done yet. I caught it, and I had already had a mess up in there. So I went ahead and left them because, no piece is ever perfect, and I really didn't want to have to stitch those again. But it's fabulous. And I've made a good amount of progress since the last time I pulled it out. It was missing for a year, almost a year. When I had gone to the retreat, all my stuff got packed up. I had brought different kinds of fabric. I brought linen and Lugana and Ada, and was showing the people different stuff that you could stitch on. So that was all fine and good, but apparently when I folded it back up, normally I fold it where you have a little bit of the stitching, but when I folded it like in a trifold like this, so you really couldn't tell. So somehow it just got put back with the rest of my fabric that had not been stitched on. I looked and looked for this fabric. I looked for this pattern. I knew it was outside of the regular project bag, I could not find it. I searched high and low. I ripped my apartment up. I looked through all my project bags. I even called the retreat center to see if anybody had turned it in. Could not find it. I was like in tears. It just, because I really did not want to start it over. I already loved the fabric it was on. And it is on Opal Ice Queen by BeStitchMe. And I just was sure that it was gone. So also after that retreat, once I got my car, it took about 5 weeks to get my car back because of the auto worker strike. So I got my car back on the Monday before Halloween. And that Thursday after Halloween, I went in the hospital for 7 days. So my life kind of turned upside down in that matter of 2 months. And so seriously, I couldn't find it anywhere. And I kept on searching and searching. Well, one day I was looking for some fabric to start a new project. And I came across this fabric and I pulled it out. And I'm like, man, that looks like the same fabric for Gingerbread Village. And I was thinking, well, maybe I just cut it off. And I opened it up because I was like kind of sad. I'm thinking, I still miss that project. There was the damn project. It's been sitting in my fabric the whole time. The whole freaking time. So I started bawling. I was excited. I jumped up and down. I was hollering, freaked the cat out. I was so excited, and I got on with my little Stitchy girls, and I'm like, look what I found, look what I found, and they were all excited with me because they knew how upset I was about this, because everybody loves this pattern. I mean, it's fabulous. So I've worked on it. I've put the 2 houses on the side that are on the inside. So I just need to finish off the bottom and the other side of the houses and trees, and then I've got to go back, and there's a crap ton of back stitching on that sucker, so I've got to get working on that, but it's coming. It's coming. So, and I was going to share with you guys. So if you're not a Texas person, you may not understand this, but Buc-ee's. I stop at the one in Terrell, going back and forth to my mom's. My mom lives in Shreveport. I live here in Dallas. It's about a 3.5 to 6 hour drive, depending on traffic. But the dark chocolate almonds and the teriyaki, the teriyaki beef jerky, it's like the best freaking stuff. Now the beef jerky I have to put up, because if the cat gets a hint of this, she will eat through my bag. So I have to put it up in a cabinet to get it away from her. She doesn't normally eat people food, but she loves that beef jerky. So anyway, so I'm going to show you some finishes. Y'all, I've had 2 finishes in 1 week. Who the hell am I? Of course, they're not fully finished. So this one is Queen of Thread, and I did have this up on my Instagram. I actually finished this one at Dirty Annie's retreat. However, I had told you previously on the blue portion, I was on a Zoom call and I just got lazy and decided I did not want to count for the white spaces because they're not uniform. I mean, they are, but they're not. And so I was like, future me can deal with this. Well, future me had to deal with it over the weekend at the retreat. So I did finish her, but I used beads. So I use beads down here along the bottom and on the white spots, and I love it. They're like a white opalescent. So I have an idea of how I want to finish her, fully finish her. We'll see how long it takes for me to get there. It's going to involve a nice big gold braid or gold cording around and maybe some velvet. I've got an idea. I just haven't fleshed it out yet, so we'll see what happens. But I got to finish, and I got to finish at retreat. I did not go up and ring the bell because it was late. And I just didn't want to, but you know, it is what it is. And then a few days ago, I finished my Quote the Raven. I wish the camera picked out how vibrant that purple is. It's I believe it's 502 and 520 and 522. I can't remember, but I love it. It's fabulous. It was a lot of fun. This is a tea dyed, like a home tea dyed Monaco. It's a 28 Monaco, so it's kind of shrunk down some since somebody's dyed it, but I just thought it was perfect for this. It's just kind of rusty looking, but I love it, and I'll figure out how to FFO it. Now, I am putting my friend Tammy on the spot. I put her on the spot in the last video talking about Annie's. She does amazing finishing type stuff. She's just got a gift for this, so I'm going to work on her. I'm going to kind of beat on her about it to do some finishes, to maybe do some finishes for me, and maybe her start doing finishes in general, because she's fabulous at it. And I think she would do really, really great. And I told her, I said, I have got a pile of stitching that you can play on, you can practice on and see what you want to do. So hopefully we can get that going before too long. So then I'll have some finishes to show, some fully finished items. because, you know, that's a novel concept. So this is another one. Okay, Lucy Beam is one of my favorite designers. And I know Becky, she's an amazing lady. She's awesome. So I have this pattern from Lucy Beam, Hallows Eve Pancake. I knew I fell in love with it, but I didn't remember buying it or ordering it. Apparently I did. And I got the kit. But I was coming across one day, I was flipping through some of my stuff and it had gotten pushed off to the side. And I was like, holy crap, I have the full kit. Now, have I done anything with it? No. So I have the finishing material. She even gives interfacing and this wonderful black ribbon. But here's the pattern. I love it. The spooky cats and the bat and the house. This house was a lot of fun to do because you got a lot of open space. This is the called for fabric. It's Lap and Loops Mothman. This is a gorgeous fabric. Lap and Loops fabric is amazing. And Lap and Loops, that's Megan, is Becky's daughter. And there's no doubt that they are mother and daughter. There's no doubt whatsoever. And they are fabulous. They are absolutely wonderful people. And then I had one other finish. This one's probably about a month or two ago. This is a Lizzie Kate, because Lizzie Kate she's one of the ones that I first started doing, just as some of the small ones. I've done her little calendars. This is the Stitch Every Day. Now, I did not use her colors. I kind of played with it. I pulled some of my own colors to make it to what I wanted. And this is just a no-named white 28 count linen. So here it is. This one was sort of kind of ironed, but then I didn't iron it too well because, you know, that's me. But I even had the little Made with Love. So I love this one. I do. This is one of the ones I'm going to send to Tammy and say, make it pretty. And I know she'll do it because she does amazing stuff like that. She's just really into it. So I have mentioned before, I am not really a sampler stitcher, but there is one pattern that I fell in love with. And I saw it, I bought it, I have not done it. I mean, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg just to kit this sucker up because it's all a Vera Soie. I hope I said that right. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And she's a big girl for me, 281 by 380. But it is Miss Lucy Calcut, 1826. Is she not beautiful? Okay, I am slightly intimidated by the house, especially all that white that's going to be in there. But I fell in love with her, and I'm just not adult enough stitcher yet to do this. I'm just not there yet. But I'm going to get there. I'll be there soon. But she's beautiful, and I just love all the details. I love the symmetry. I gotta have symmetry. But it just makes my heart happy. And I'll pull it out every once in a while and just look at it and like, but I still have to figure out the fabric that I want to do it on. I do want to go a little bit darker because it's like the white of these little vases here, you can't hardly see them. And I really want to have that pop. And that's one thing. Some of the designers, it makes me crazy because they'll do these really light fabrics and then do white on them and you can't see them. You can't see the gloriousness of their design. So it makes me kind of sad. So one day we'll get there. But I have 3 patterns that Tammy and I have been talking about maybe doing a stitch along. I'm waiting on her to make a decision. She's been kind of busy too. We had the retreat and then she was going to visit her kids and stuff this weekend. So we have 3 of them that I'm trying to decide. So one of them is Queen of the Needle by Brenda Gervais. And I mean, look at that dress and a tomato because Tammy is leopard and lace. She is the tomato queen. She loves her tomatoes. So we have this one, which I love this, which I don't know. I may kind of play with the colors when I get ready to do it. And then we have this Cricklewood. Is that what it's called? Cricklewood? Yeah, Cricklewood Crossing. Stitching Misfits because that is definitely me. And this one is bigger than you would think. It's 150 by 88, which kind of surprised me. But I have a lot of this different kind of ribbon and I have a lot of rickrack. This is probably one that once I finish stitching it, I send it to Tammy to get her to fully finish because she's amazing. And this one, this is the Proper Stitcher. So I love a lot of this Proper Stitcher's designs. And this one, of course, it's got another tomato. That's part of the reason that I was joking with Tammy that we need to do this because she likes all the tomatoes. So this one is So You. So I love So You. I picked this up at StitchCon. I didn't pay attention to the name, but I thought she was cute because I saw the tomatoes and the spools and the girl. I did not realize there was a lamb there because you can't see the freaking lamb because it blends into the fabric. Popper Stitcher, I love your patterns. You need better friends. You need friends that are going to tell you you can't see part of the pattern. Put it on a little bit darker fabric, something that contrasts. But I love this. I love this pattern. So I haven't decided what color I'm going to do this on. I may do kind of I'm on a gray streak lately. I really like some of the grays. So I may kind of do that. I'm not sure. But I love this pattern. So I'm waiting on Tammy to make a decision. So we're going to do a little stitch along on one of the 3 of these. So once we make the decision, I will let you guys know, and hopefully we'll get all the hashtag, all that kind of stuff out there, so we can do a stitch along and get maybe a group of us to do them, because these are awesome patterns. They are really fabulous. So we shall see what happens. Future plans. Okay, a couple of things I said that I was going to start. I haven't started yet because it's been so chaotic, getting ready for retreat, things like that. So hopefully I'm going to get some starts done and get some work on what I have. Now, between those other 2 stitches that we're going to be doing on Stitchingly, and the other one I cannot remember is the Poe one. Like I said, I'll put them down in the group. I'll be working on those, but when I need prompts, what I do is I have an app on my phone, and there's a couple of different ones that you can do. I've had one, the Tiny Decisions app. The one I like right now is the Daily Decisions. And so I have my local Stitchy group where we have our prompts. So I have that one on there. But I also have some of my most current whips. And so what I'll do sometimes on Tuesday is I'll go through and I'll be like, hey, let's see what we want to do. And you can either spin it this way, and then I'll let it decide what I'm going to do. And so I will do this on like maybe a Tuesday, and then I'll stitch at least half an hour on that particular pattern that's selected. So like this one is Queen of Hearts. So that would mean I would work on Queen of Hearts. So I think I'm going to start trying to get back into that loop. I think I've talked about this before. I can't remember what I haven't talked about. I'm tired. And tomorrow's the last day of the month, and I've got a crap ton of stuff to get done. So I'm fixing to wrap this mess up. But I did want to shout out. So I've been watching a little bit more FlossTube, and Nancy the Disorderly Stitcher. I cannot get my mouth to work. She did a shout out for me. I was so tickled. Okay, y'all. So some of my friends that I know personally have shouted out to me on their channel, and it was awesome. But this was the first person that doesn't know me that I got a shout out on, and I have to admit, I was really excited because I followed her and I really like her stuff. And so for her to shout out and say, hey, you need to check this gal out, I was tickled to death, and it was awesome. But I've also been watching a couple of other, Tina Frazier. I know her. She's my friend. Yeah, I love her stuff because she does a little bit of everything, and her and her mom are a hoot. I haven't met her mom. I haven't actually met her in person, but we've done like some Zooms and things like that. And so I've gotten to visit with her. And then Cheesecake and Cross Stitch, she's new. She's got a wonderful, wonderful British accent. It is fabulous. It's wonderful. She's got some great stuff. She's got some really great stuff. Also, the Sleepy Stitcher. She's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying seeing. She's a fairly new stitcher, and I can't wait to see when she has like 5 million whips. It's gonna be fun to see. So she's great. And then stitching and tea with B. Okay, I found her. She's got a few floss tips under her belt. And I watched one of the more current ones, and I was like, oh, I need to go back and start watching her. So I've gone back to the beginning and started watching her, and I really I love her energy. I love the projects that she is working on. She's got some great stitching, and her voice is just very chill, and it's fabulous. So give them a shout out, check them out, take a look, see, and like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If they're anything like me, it's always exciting when I get a new subscriber or somebody comments and things like that. So it's like, okay, they get what I get, and it's always fun when you have that. So I'm going to wrap this up because otherwise I will ramble on for hours and hours, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner and take my butt to bed at a decent time. So anyway, just continue, do what makes your heart happy and keep on stitching. And I will see you very soon. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.